ביאור משנה ד' חסידים ואנשי מעשה. The Hasidim and the people who are righteous, let's call them. המדקדקים במצוות, people who are careful about the commandments. ומרבים במעשים טובים. They used to do a lot of good deeds. היו מרקדים לפניהם. They would dance in front of them. In other words, they would dance in front of the nation. לפני העם, in front of the nation, שהתכנס לראות בשמחת בית השואבה. That the nation came to see the happiness of the house of the drawing of the water. Now, why are they happier than the nation? Because they're happier because they realize that this happiness is what is going to give them prophecy. See, the other nation, I mean, they're also happy. Yeah, they are sucking it in. They're shoavim now, God talking to them. That's what they're shoavim. That's why they're happy. The other nation is also happy, but they don't realize why they're happy. These guys, in other words, they were experienced before godly experiences. So they know, here, this is why I'm going to have even greater godly experience than last year. By dancing over here. I'm drawing down this light. באבוקות של אור שבידיהם. They also had torches in their hands. שהיו זורקים אותם כלפי מעלה ותופסים אותם בחזרה. They used to be juggling them. Like with torches of fire. ואומרים לפניהם דברי שירות ותשבחות. And they used to sing in front of them words of praise. בברייתא בגמרא מבואר. In the Brighton Gemara it's brought, Yesh men omrim, there are those of them who used to say, Ashrei yaldutenu shelo biisha et ziknotenu. It says, how happy we are that in our youth did not embarrass our old age. Elu chasidim v'anshei maaseh. These are the chasidim and the people of good deeds. V'yesh men omrim. And in other words, these guys always were good guys. They were good guys when they were young. They were good guys when they were old. They went to yeshiva. They learned. They became Talmidei Chachamim. These are the good guys. Some of them, this is what they used to say. Thank God I'm with God my entire life. In other words, they're saying that. And then there's V'yesh me'orim, and then there are people who didn't say that. What did they say? Ashrei ziknotenu shekipra et yaldotenu. It says, how happy we are that in our old age we understood and we atoned for our young age. In other words, we messed up when we were young, but thank God we brought back. Now, Elu baalei tshuva. These are the people who did tshuva, who were wrong ones. Elu ve'elu omrim. These ones and these one, both of them says, Ashrei mi shelo chata. It says, so in other words, they're praising both groups. Ashrei mi shelo chata. Happy are the ones that didn't sin. Those are the first group. And then, umishechata yashuvim cholo. And somebody who sinned, look at us. We are from the group that sinned. And we're still happy. So look at us, you can still learn. If you're a sinner, nothing to give up. Come and join us. הרמב"ם כותב, the Rambam writes, מצווה להרבות בשמחה זו. It's a commandment to have a lot of simcha. ולא היו עושים אותה עמי הארץ וכל מי שירצה. Not anybody could just go and dance over there. אלא גדולי חכמי ישראל וראשי הישיבות, only the leaders, the heads of the yeshivas, הסנהדרין, the high court, החסידים, the חסידים, הזקנים ואנשי מעשה, the elders, people who were helping the society, הם שהיו מרקדים, מספקים ומנגנים ושמחים במקדש מחג הסוכות. They were the ones who were really the show, let's call it. אבל כל העם, האנשים והנשים, כולם באים לראות ולשמוע. But everybody else came to see. They didn't come to dance.
Never why it was like this. I knew that, but I never understood. Now I understand.
What are you dancing for? You don't know. Yeah, a regular person, they say, what are you happy about? You've got nothing to, you didn't feel the happiness. You're just faking. See, he feels the happiness because he experienced it. והלוויים, and the לוויים, היו מנגנים. They used to play the instruments. בכינורות, בנבלים, מצלתיים, all kind of musical instruments. בחצוצרות, בכלי שיף, בלא מספר. There were many instruments that they used to go. כלומר, הרבה מאוד. A lot. על 15 מעלות היורדות מעזרת ישראל, עזרת הנשים. Where did the לוויים used to stand? על 15 המעלות. On the Ma'alot, Shira Ma'alot, where it says Shira Ma'alot, this is the Ma'alot, the steps that go up from... that's right. From Israt Israel לעזרת נשים. שהם כנגד 15 שיר המעלות שבתהילים. There's 15 steps, and there's 15 שיר המעלות in the Psalms. Each one except for another step. הכתובים בתהילים from פרק קכ עד קל"ד. For these 15 steps. שעליהם לוויים עומדים בכלי שיר ואומרים שירה. On these steps the Levi used to stand and sing songs. בשמחת בית השואפה. ברם לשיר של קורבן היו עומדים על דוכן שיוצא למזבח. It says that שיר המעלות was done when? On שמחת בית השואבה. On a regular day the Levim also used to sing. But that wasn't on the מעלות. It used to be they had a special platform inside the Israel next to the מזבח, and that's what they used to be there. ועמדו שני כהנים בשער העליון, and there were two kohanim standing in the upper gate. Upper gate is שער ניקנור, the gate of Nicanor, it's the front gate. שיורד מעזרת ישראל לעזרת נשים, that comes down from the courtyard of the Israel to the courtyard of the women. כלומר שהשער היה למעלה מעזרת נשים, ולכן נקרא שער העליון. Since it was above the עזרת נשים, it's called the higher gate. ושתי חצוצרות בידיהם, and they had two trumpets in their hand. ששני הכהנים הללו, of these two כהנים, קרא הגבר in the morning when the rooster crowed. התרנגול היה כשעולה שחר, ויש בפשש הכוונה לגביני קרוז, שהיה קורא עם עלות השחר, עבדו כהנים עבודתכם. Some say it wasn't the תרנגול, it was the guy the minister, who used to have his job to wake everybody up. Hey, guys, time to work. So at that time, these two kohanim, תקעו והריעו ותקעו. They made the noise, תקיע, תרועה, תקיע. שני הכהנים לסימן שהגיע השעה ללכת לשילוח, לשאוב מים לניסוח. To tell everybody, this is the time we're going to the well, to the spring to bring the water. הגיעו שני הכהנים למעלה. They reached, the two הכהנים למעלה עשירית, למעלה עשירית, when they reached the 10th step של 15 המעלות הירדות מעזרת ישראל לעזרת נשים, תקעו והריעו ותקעו. So they're walking now from Nicanor, and now they're walking. So once they get to the 10th step, they do it again. תקיע, תרועה, תקיע. הגיעו לעזרה, once they reached the courtyard, לרצפה של עזרת נשים, to the courtyard of the women's, תקעו והריעו ותקעו. היו תוקעים והולכים. So every time they used to reach a place, they used to do this תקיע, תרועה, תקיע. שהיו מעריכים בתקיעות האחרונות. And the last ones, they used to do very long ones. עד שמגיעים לשער היוצא למזרח מעזרת נשים להר הבית. No. I think this is where they're walking with the guy to the Shiloach. To the Shiloach. Yeah, to the water. הגיעו לשער היוצא למזרח. They reached the gate who's going out to the east. הפכו כל היוצאים פניהם למערב. So they're going east now. So they turn their faces to the west. In other words, they're turning now to the west. Towards the temple back. Yeah. ואמרו, and then they said, אבותינו שהיו במקום הזה, it says, our forefathers who were in this place, which means this first temple. And why was the first temple destroyed? Because of idol worship, because they worship the sun, they worship the moon. So they came out now, and they're turning around towards Jerusalem, and it says, our forefathers שהיו במקום הזה, that they were in this place in the first temple, אחוריהם אל היכל השם, they had their backside to God. In other words, they had their backside to God, ופניהם קדמה, and they faced east. In other words, they looked at the sun coming up. והם המשתחווים קדמה לשמש. They used to bow down to the sun. But we're not going to do the same. We're going to turn our backs to the sun and we're going to bow down to you. פסוק הוא ביחזקאל ונוסחו המדויק. This is a verse in Yechezkel, and it says like this. אחוריהם אל היכל השם. It says the backside was to the house of God, ופניהם קדמה. and their face east. והם המשתחווים קדמה לשמש, and they used to bow down east to the sun. ויש גורסים כך גם משנתנו. Some say this is the verse. ואנו, but we don't do the same thing. ואנו לי"ק עינינו, and we look to God, to י"ק. כלומר שבבית ראשונים בני ישראל פונים עורף להיכל, בהשתחווה לשמש במזרח. In the first temple, the people used to, it was done, and then they used to bow down to the east. אבל אנחנו עינינו להשם, but we don't have an east, we don't have a sun. We bow down to the west. רבי יהודה אומר, רבי יהודה says, היו שונים, כופלים דבריהם ואומרים, אנו לי"ק ולי"ק עינינו. It says, we are submissive to God and we look up to God. בגמרא מבוארים שהיו אומרים, ואנו לי"ק משתחווים ואנו לי"ק מייחלות. It says, we are looking at God and we wish to God. By the way, it's problematic. If you remember in Masechet Brachot, we learned that we don't say, somebody who says modim modim twice from the Zeu. You remember somebody who's a chazan, and he says modim modim, and he says modim modim twice, ma'avirim oto mechazanut, because it looks like he's davening to two people, to two gods. You remember we learned this rule? No. So over here, the same thing over here. Anu leyudke mishtachavim leyudke miyachalot. It's also twice, but it says it's not the same. Because over there, modim modim, it looks like it's two. Over there, you're saying, that's why he says specifically. ואומרים, אנו לי"ק ולי"ק דלנו, he explained, שאומרים, אנו לי"ק ואנו לי"ק משתחווים, we to God we bow down, ואיננו לי"ק מייחלות, and our eyes to י"ק, so there.
They can look.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody knows it's not two things. So that's why you're allowed to. כלומר שמודים לו על שעבר ומייחלים לו להבא. Also we thank on the past and we wish on the future. בגמרא מובא תוספתא על מידת שמחתם של חכמים בשמחת בית השואבה. The Gemara gives us another example of our happiness, what was the level of celebration. So it says, אם אני כאן, הכל כאן. It says, so, if I am here, everything is here. ואם אין אני כאן, מי כאן? If I'm not over here, what is here? הוא היה אומר, he used to say, למקום שאני...
You don't have it.
הלל הזקן, it says?
אמרו עליו על הלל הזקן, היה שמח בשמחת בית השואבה, אמר כן.
I don't have that. Okay. אם אני כאן, הכל כאן, he says, if I am here, then everybody is here. ואם איני כאן, מי כאן? If I'm not over here, then who cares who else is here? Everybody is nobody. הוא היה אומר, למקום שאני אוהב, שם רגליים מוליכות אותי. It says, to the place that I love, there my legs walk me over there. ואמר הקדוש ברוך הוא, and God says, אם אתה תבוא אל ביתי, if you come to my house, אני אבוא אל ביתך. I will come to your house. In other words, you come to celebrate at my wedding, I'll come in your house. אם אתה לא תבוא אל ביתי, if you're not happy in my celebration, you're not going to have me come to your house. אני לא אבוא אל ביתך, שנאמר, בכל המקום אשר אזכר את שמי, אבוא אליך וברכתיך. And it says, every place that I'm going to mention your name, I'm going to come and bless you. אמרו עליו, על רבן שמעון בן גמליאל, they said on him, on רבן שמעון בן גמליאל, כשהיה שמח שמחת בית השואבה, when he used to be celebrating the celebration, היה נוטל 8 אבוקות של אור. He used to juggle with 10 torches. 8 torches. Yeah? Not like with 3. 8. וזורק אחד ונוטל אחד ואין נוגעות זו בזו. He used to juggle with 8. I don't know how many people could today. No, there's some people who juggle with 8. אמר רבי יהושע בן חניניה, רבי יהושע בן חניניה says, כשהיינו שמחים שמחת בית השואבה, it says when we were celebrating the celebration, לא ראינו שינה בינינו. For the entire 7 days we didn't sleep. It was one big celebration. כיצד? How? שעה ראשונה תמיד של שחר. It says the first hour when they would bring the sacrifice, the תמיד של שחר. So it says we were all there to see the sacrifice being brought. משם לתפילה. From over there we ran to 18. משם לקורבן מוסף. From them we ran to see the musaf. משם לתפילת המוספים. Then we daven musaf. Misham lebet midrash. From there we went to the house of learning. Misham la'achila. From there we continued to eating, v'shtia, and drinking. Misham letfilat mincha. From there to mincha. Misham letamid shebel arba'im. From then to tamid, the last tamid of the day. Mikan ve'elach is Rabbi Sheva. Until the next morning, what did we do? We danced the entire night. And it was day after day after day like this for 7 days of celebration.
They were actually in the temple all the time.
That's right, they did it for 7 days.